Later this summer, Brad and I are headed to Isle Royale National Park to check another park off of our list. And I am so excited, but this is a 100% backpacking trip. That's the only way to see Isle Royale. And our tent has died. So we're looking for a new tent, and today we're going to take a look at the Traverseon Duo, which is a tunnel tent, a little bit different than what we normally would carry. And I want to see how it's going to perform. So take a look with us. So this tent was gifted to us by Traverseon so we could check it out, see if we wanted to take it on our backpacking trip. Before I go into that decision, I'm going to cover quickly how to put it together and with all my bloopers because I've had no practice. And then we'll talk about some of the features I really like about it, some concerns I have, and then my verdict. Are we going to take it on our trip? This is an ultralight two-person tunnel tent that weighs just a little over 3.5 pounds, which immediately caught my attention because if we're going to be backpacking, as little weight as we can carry as possible. It packs down really small, which is so important when you've got to carry food and water for 5 days. The design is different from a traditional dome tent. It's got that low tunnel profile, and that's supposed to help with wind resistance while still giving plenty of room for 2 people. This would even be great for solo backpacking, giving you a little extra room for yourself because at 3.5 pounds, that's a very reasonable weight. Inside, we've got the rain fly, the base tent. This is an amazingly heavy nylon, and I can feel it's been waterproofed, so there's some resistance there to rain. The rain fly is just a little bit lighter, again a waterproofed fabric. Nice, I like that. So in here we've got our stakes, really nice lightweight aluminum stakes, but look at that great point on those. Those are go in the ground pretty easy. So sometimes it's the little things that make a big difference, and that there's a little pull here to help you get that out of the ground is really helpful. I know it adds a titch more weight, but it is so hard to get these stakes out of the ground sometimes.
However, once I started setting
in this bag, we've got all of our support poles.
Setup took me 12 minutes,
which have
everything out,
your stretch cord in them.
Determining
so those should go together really easy.
I tried to put it on upside down a couple times.
And we've also got
After that,
our tie-outs.
First attempt when I set it up a second time, it only took 3 to 4 minutes. Well, after a long day of hiking or in the rain, you don't want to take very long. So 3 or 4 minutes is really a reasonable amount of time. I really like the design of this inner tent. The main body uses a large amount of mosquito netting combined with that deep bathtub style on the floor. So on hot nights, you could easily just use the inner tent. Then you'd have great airflow and some incredible stargazing. One of the advantages of this tunnel design is that it's going to withstand high winds better than most other tent styles. That makes it an amazing choice for desert and seashore environments or anywhere where you know you're going to go into wind. That also comes with the requirement that it be staked out to create the tunnel. For us, that means it can't be used as a freestanding tent, with no stakes in the ground. Well, it's a rare trip where we can't stake out, but occasionally we've run into a hard rock surface.
So really nice that you have double zippers, one on each side for your rain fly. You could easily stretch the rain fly out on your hiking poles, giving you some extra protection on a really rainy night. Easy enough to roll up the rain fly, hook it through the little lightweight hook, and then you've got a gorgeous breeze through your tent that night. The inside mosquito screen, which I'm really excited about. You can zip all the way around. You've got a double zipper there again. And again, those little lightweight hooks so you can roll it up and get it out of the way. So I know you're wondering, is there really room for 2 people inside? Well, I've got 2 full-size sleeping bags in here right now and lots of room. A little tight down there at the feet, but if you had mummy bags, that would be the perfect fit. But look at all this space up at the shoulders. That would be amazing to be able to stretch and roll that easily. Okay, so let's review the things I really liked about it. One, it's lightweight, just a little over 3.5 pounds, perfect for backpacking. It's compact. I mean, that's no bigger than a 2-liter bottle of water. That's really a reasonable size. Plenty of room for the 2 of us inside. It's not a living room. It's just a really nice, comfortable place to sleep where I think we've got enough wiggle room, especially at the shoulders, to be able to move around and sleep comfortably. And I like the design. I think that will help really reduce wind and rain if we get into some bad weather, especially as we're camping near the seashore where the wind is going to be coming off of Lake Michigan. I felt like it was very durable. Had a really nice nylon thick fabric. the bathtub base was appropriate for a tent that is not going to have a tarp underneath of it. I loved the ventilation. You know, you could just use it as a screen tent if it's not bad weather. And if it is bad weather, you have the ability to open that rain fly really wide and let a lot of air movement through there. So the only problem I had with this tent was that it didn't come with any instructions. That first time putting it together without any instructions was kind of a hot, wet mess. You know what? Because it sets up a little bit different than your traditional dome tent. 12 minutes. Next time was 3 to 4 minutes. So it's really easy to set up and very intuitive. So based on today's test, with my first impression is this tent is going to go to Isle Royale with us. We're going to camp in it just for a couple single nights just to be sure before we take off. I don't want to get off into the wild and have it not work, but I'm feeling very confident about this tent.